One second. Let's make sure everything is rocking and rolling over here. All right, what's going on? Awesome party peeps and course architects. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. I'm super excited to be live with you again in the arena. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Cat, let me know that all of our systems are go. Please let me know that you can hear me, okay, and see me real good. I'm excited to be back in the arena. Now, if you do not know or it's your first time here, this is In the Arena with Dr. Sonia. We talk all things premium courses. We talk, thanks, Kat. We talk premium courses. We talk entrepreneurship stuff. We talk life stuff. But my jam is really helping you to package what it is that you know, teach it, okay, and charge premium prices for it. I love it. Now, in the arena, it requires us to be visible. It requires us to show up. It won't always be comfortable, but guess what? It is so worth it. And today I want to talk about what your high level clients actually want from a mentor. Of course, I got my notes here because I didn't want to miss a beat. Okay. I didn't want to miss a thing. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification so you know when new episodes are live. And the arena happens live every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, where I am, and maybe evening for you, all right, or afternoon. Just let me know what time it is inside of the chat where you are currently watching from. I always like to see the global reach of these episodes. Now, let's get into this for the reason you are here, okay? Premium courses. You are attracting with premium courses first and foremost your high level clients, okay, and students. These are people who want the work, okay? They already have the work ethic and they're looking for like that extra sauce that's going to get them to their next level. And so that's important to keep in mind first and foremost. Who you are attracting with your premium level courses, your premium level programs, okay? It's not just about high ticket. It's not just about how much you're charging. Like premium level is a thing. Yes, price point is one of the things, but how you're packaging it and the value that you're bringing to your clients and students in order to attract the right people to those programs is very important, okay? So the type of content that you're actually putting out is important. So I got 4 things that we're going to go through that high level clients are actually wanting from mentors. And these, in my opinion, these are things that people aren't really talking a lot about, like not getting real about in their content. So I want to bring this full circle. Now, most people think, okay, my high level clients are going to want more content from me. They're going to want more things, more templates, more scripts. But the opposite is actually true. They're looking for a streamlined process. They're looking for how can I get from where I am currently to where I want to be as quickly and as efficiently as possible. They don't need more content to do that. All right, that's not necessary. Maybe you're thinking, okay, let me give them more modules. Let me give them more access. Nope, also not necessary. Okay, most people are like, well, I need to show up consistently, more consistently, or I need to show up. Let me take back consistently because consistent and frequency are different. Okay, so maybe you're thinking I need to show up more frequently for my high level clients, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. They actually don't require you to show up as frequently, okay, as people who haven't invested as much. So let's just talk about what they need is completely different. You're gonna give it to them. If you don't, somebody else will. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this here, okay? So here's the main points or the main gravy, the main sauce, okay? 4 of them. Hopefully you got a quick pen and notebook because I promise you are going to want to take these notes down and not just save them for later, but start implementing them. You can start implementing them one by one or all together. I know if you're watching this, you're a high performer, high achiever. That's what this space is for. And so let's get to it. All right, first things first, they want precision, not information. Okay, remember what I said. They're not looking for more content, more modules. They want how do I get from where I am currently to where I need to be. So your clients, I want you to keep in mind, your high ticket or high level clients, they already know a lot of stuff. And I like to say like they know because I feel like this about myself. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. Right? Some stuff I know a lot about. All right. But I at least know a lot of stuff. So your high level clients, they already know a lot of stuff. So I need you to keep that in mind. Okay. So they're not starting off necessarily in the kiddie pool or the baby end of the pool. They already know stuff. They're already experts in their own rights. They just don't know what you know. And that's the reason that they are enlisting or hiring you to help them get to the next level. So that means that they don't need another course. Okay. Not more information. They're going to need you as a mentor, somebody to help them cut through all the noise that's out there. Now, let me be completely like real with you for a second. There's a lot of noise, a lot of information. You even watching this video is more information if you never do anything with it, right? I'm also going to tell you by the time we get to point 3, why the people who are, even as a high performer, high achiever, I still watch the free stuff. I still watch free content too, but I know when I need to hire a mentor. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. You hire mentors to help you get to the next level when you've confirmed through some of the free content who you want your mentor to be. They have a process, they have a method, they have a style of delivery that you like. All right. So that's what your clients are looking for. Now, if you're not putting yourself out there, you're not putting content out, you're not showing your style, you're not showing your methodology, it's going to be really hard to attract the premium level buyers that you want, the high level clients that you want. That's why I say, know who you want to work with, okay? And then start putting out content. Allow them to get to know you. Stop going so surface level with things. Again, the free content is usually information, but it's how people determine, especially your high paying clients, your higher level clients, is how they determine that they want to work with you in the first place. All right. If you're not showing up, they can't find you, period. All right. Now let's get into it. Number two. So that's number one, precision, not information. Okay. Work with where people are currently too. Let me give that pro tip. Some people are trying to, mentors specifically, are trying to bring people along really quickly. Like you are speaking from, or you're speaking to your clients at a level that they haven't achieved yet. Okay, sometimes, and can be an issue with who you're attracting. You can speak from where you currently are, which is probably where your high level clients that you want to work with want to be as well. But you have to speak to where they currently are. So you speak from where you are, okay? But speak to where they currently are. That's the most important piece, and that's the pro tip. All right, we can go deeper in a second. All right, number two, your high level clients want accountability, not hand holding. There's a difference. When I first started this business, I used to market my courses and programs as I'm going to hold your hand through the process. There's hand holding involved. And honestly, I'm going to be very real with you. Some of the mentors that I had at the time, there was one in particular. I do not name names. Okay, that's not my jam. It was just not right for the type of client that I wanted to attract. But that mentor told me, say you're going to hold their hand through the process, right? That's a great selling point. Like that's the way you want to market it. I'm here to tell you that that is wrong, okay? For your high level clients, the premium buyers that you want to attract, that's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for you to hold their hand through the process. They're looking for accountability. They set their own standards. I'm gonna just put that there for a second. Let me get a sip of water. They set, okay, the high paying clients, high value clients that you're looking for, set their own standards. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, here's what that means. They're not looking for you to do the thing for them. Think about it. You're a high performer, a high achiever. We take joy, an immense amount of joy in achieving a thing, in doing something for us. We set our own standards. So you as a mentor are holding them to their own standards. It's not about you setting the standards for them. You set standards for your program. You focus on the outcomes of your program, but they set their own standards. So they're looking for someone who's going to hold them to the standards they set for themselves and then call them out when they're getting in their own way. That's it. That's it. That's why they want a mentor. Okay. So yes, you're showing them a process of how to achieve some end, how to achieve some outcome. However, they set the standard though for themselves. Okay. This is this is stuff that people aren't really talking about. All right. And it is kind of like high level stuff. It's going to require you to think a little differently. If you are new here and you don't know, okay. Now, if you're returning, you already know. I bring things to the table that a lot of people are not talking about. These are the things that are going to require you to think a little differently than most mainstream teachings, okay? Most mainstream coaches and mentors are putting out. The generic information that is happening online, all right, is a sort of a catch-all. All right. It makes it appear as if everything is surface level, but the depth that's required to serve at a higher level. I had somebody tell me, I'll tell you this. I had somebody tell me last week, well, premium, you're just using a buzzword. It's not just a buzzword. if it's done correctly, is not just a buzzword. It is a standard, okay, for how courses should be, how premium level luxury coaching mentorship programs should be. Premium is not a buzzword when you are doing it right. The unfortunate piece of this is that the content online coming from some coaches and mentors is so generic and so surface level that it comes off the word, it becomes convoluted and diluted, okay? And it comes off as generic, or it comes off as a buzzword, but it's really not. When you look at the true definition of the word, premium is a real thing. When you see courses, premium courses and luxury coaching and mentorship programs that are done right, you understand there's a difference. Okay, there's a clear difference. And so that's the kinds of concepts that I bring forward, is like these things that require us to think a little differently, not even a little, to think a lot differently. Most things are contrary to what mainstream society and the mainstream industry, coaching and mentorship industry, are teaching. All right. This is like, but this is how you do it right. And this is how you get lasting results. This is how you get repeat clients. This is how you get referrals. This is how you charge 15, 20, 30, 40, 50K for whatever programs you want to put out, and you do so confidently, no matter what mainstream is talking about. Okay, because people are still buying all sorts of things, and there are people who prefer to buy the luxury version of the same thing, the premium version of the same thing. This is not just a buzzword. Okay, you got to do it right though. You got to package it right. All right, so that's number two. Accountability, not hand holding. Okay, we are holding, your clients want to be held accountable for what they said they're going to do. They want to be held accountable for their own standards, meaning you just call them out when they're not aligned with what they said, right? If you set a goal, you tell a mentor, and this is why I love to keep a mentor and a coach. I set goals, I set these standards for myself of how I'm going to show up. It really is discipline a lot of the times, doing things that, I said I was going to do even when I don't feel like doing them. But having a mentor makes it so much easier, because if I fall off or I go, you know what, I'm going to try to like skate by a little bit, I have somebody that goes, that's not what you said. Right? And I love that for me. I love investing in premium. Not investing in premium, I don't get that same level of support, right? Maybe there's 400 other people in the class, right? And I have a coach or a mentor or a guide, I'll say, who is not as invested in holding me accountable to the standards that I set for myself. At the end of the day, nobody else can do the work for you. You have to do it for yourself, right? So that's why your high level clients, that's what they pay for. That's what they actually want from a mentor. Not the hand holding, not the kiddie pool. They're not interested in that, okay? It's, hey, hold me accountable for doing me. Because I also have to maintain my standards for myself after this program. I'm just saying, okay? Number three, they want strategy, not theory. Okay. Again, this goes back to what I just talked about. Too much generic business info, right? Too much generic info out here in general, coming from highly qualified professionals, coaches, and mentors, qualified, okay, in some regard. Now, not all are qualified. I'm just saying, I got to put it there. But there are highly qualified individuals, coaches, and mentors who are giving very generic advice. Now, here's where your high level clients differ. Remember what I said at the beginning. They are looking at and seeking out your free content, your free information, the advice that you're giving online, because we don't put the pro tip for your courses. You're not putting the how to part online, right? Like that, not initially. That's the part that you want people to come into your program for. And it's not to be salesy and I'm just going to never tell you how to do something. It's the depth that is required. So as opposed to the generic advice that's being offered, because you can only go so deep if you are speaking to an audience who hasn't paid for your expertise, because they also can't give you back the information as a mentor, the information you need to help tailor the advice, okay, and tailor the steps or the methodology to their specific business goals and standards. That's the whole point. So your high level clients and students want the strategy. They want a tailored roadmap, not a general thing. This is why I always say, pro tip for your courses, you can put your methodology out there. I don't believe in putting my methodology behind a paywall. I want you to see what the method that I actually use to help you get the result. And you can see it at jumpfirstacademy.org. Okay, shameless plug. You can see it there. The whole thing is laid out. However, the specific roadmap, okay, the tailored roadmap, the tailored guidance, the tailored strategy, the tailored advice, I can only give that to you if you give me the information I need about your business, about your goals, about your standards. So your high level clients are willing to do that, all right? But the way that they're filtering whether or not they want to hire you as a mentor is based on the methodology, is based on the free content that you're putting out. So I'm not saying don't put out any free content. I'm saying you have to understand who you're attracting, what it is that you're putting out, who you're attracting, and how do you help them take the next step so that you can give them the tailored roadmap, that advice, the tailored advice and strategy that they need. Okay. And when, and advice is also like convoluted and diluted. You can pay for advice. I'm just saying, people get so weird about words and wrapped up because they subscribe to the way society, okay, generalizes these words, or had so many people have used the words, they made them so generic in general. Advice can be paid, okay? Like, let's put that there for a second. We have normalized just giving advice for free. That's not necessary. All right, advice can be paid. It is about how you package it. That's the difference between free advice and paid advice, okay? Is how you package it. Is it something that somebody can take actual action on? Again, it's a two-way reciprocal conversation. There's a conversation to be had. All right. That's the only way that you get to go deeper. And that's what your high level clients are looking for. They're like, okay, do I like your general advice? Do I like what I see you putting online? Do I like the methodology? Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to go deeper. And then they come into your programs to be able to do that. Okay. Shameless plug. You can see the whole methodology. What I teach is called the teacher method, okay, of how to package your courses at jumpfirstacademy.org for free. If you are interested in going deeper, though, you jump into a strategy session. The strategy sessions are available after you go through the free training. The free training is very quick. I don't do fluff even in my free content. It's like straight to the point. Let's get into it, okay? Because that's who I want to attract. That's who I'm attracting. High-level clients, students, ambitious people, high performers like me. All right, I know what I want. I don't feel like going through all the fluff. Just give me the straight to the point. Let me decide if I'm ready to pay. Okay, so jumpfirstacademy.org for the free training, and then you have a decision to make about coming into a strategy session with me. If you want to jump straight to the strategy session and don't need to go through the training because you have watched enough of these episodes and videos and been in the arena with me, just go to jumpfirstacademy.org/apply. Okay, and you'll jump right into a strategy session. All right, that's when you pay. Okay, that's the individualized roadmap. That's the individualized attention. That's the strategy, the specific strategy. You can strategize based on your business, your goals, all of those things. That's what your high level clients are looking for. Okay, not the generic stuff. So they want a roadmap that's tailored to their business or goals in their current season. You can only get that in paid. Like the depth required to get that, you have to pay for it. I mean, what? How else do you get it? Right? Make sense? Okay, cool. So not generic advice. And let me put this here, because the generic advice, sometimes, how can I say this? There are coaches and mentors, and I'm saying this because I have invested in coaching and mentorship programs where this has happened. They provide a solution that worked for somebody else. The difference for me between coaching and mentorship, I love to combine coaching and mentorship in all of my programs. I mean, both, okay? There's a difference. The coaching piece, I feel like, is somebody who goes, okay, here is a roadmap, and I'm going to cheer you on. You got this. Just go ahead and do the thing. Mentorship is, here's the roadmap. Let me show you how to implement step by step so that it applies to you. Your goals, your business, your standards, okay? Like your season, where you currently are. Let me show you step by step how to apply this. That's what your high level clients are looking for. So it's like both, right? It's the coaching and the mentorship piece that you should be including. I hope that's super helpful. So not what worked for somebody else necessarily, but what's going to work for them. That's what your high level clients are looking for. And they understand there's an investment required. There's an investment of time, okay, at least up front, until you can get things rolling, and then you start implementing systems. That's my favorite thing. Pro tip for your courses. The systems, like things are systematized. So when I talk about, hey, I'm making money and impact when I'm not present in my business, is because I have systems that are running in the background, because I've done it so many times that I understand, okay, this is the best system for my business. This is what works for my business. And that's what I do with each of my clients. Like, give you the roadmap based on your season, your business, your goals. Okay. That's like, if you don't take anything else from this episode, that's the most important piece. That's how you attract, that's who you want to work with. Okay. Your high level clients, that's what they're looking for. That is what they're looking for. All right. Number 4 is they want someone who's been where they are. Okay. Who's been where they are, who understands what is necessary to get past their current point, past the challenge, the obstacle, past maybe where they've been stuck for way too long. A year, 30 days, 6 months, okay, whatever have you. Now you can, but you shouldn't come in too hot. I had someone reach out recently who came in super hot. And it was like, you I'm going to go deeper into this on Thursday. I'm going to talk about what mentors are actually looking for in high level clients. So, what high level mentors are looking for in high level clients. And I want to share with you some things that are not it, all right, and some things that are it. Be careful about how you approach your mentors and the people that you want to work with. Even if there's a level of frustration from previous programs, from previous things that you have tried, okay? Be very careful, because I had someone come in super hot and was like, I don't know what makes you different, because I've been through all these other programs and I haven't gotten what I was supposed to get, and this is, and I'm like, whoa. Right? I don't respond to that. I'm not interested in that. That's not my client. That's not the energy, okay? That we bring into this program. All right? So that's very important. So if somebody is investing, first of all, you have to be ready for the level of investment that you want to go to. So if you're going to ask somebody to pay you a premium amount, 5,000, 10,000, you got to be willing to invest it. I'm just saying. I've invested in terrible programs, bad programs, I will say. Good people, bad programs, okay? And I've invested in traditional education, bad classes, good professors, okay? Some, all right, some bad professors, good classes, right? It just depends. And so the investment that is required to get you where you want to go, it may not just happen in one program, okay? It's going to happen in this program. I'm just saying, because this is what I do, right? Like, you got to be aligned with people who are in their zone of genius, who are in their expertise. But that doesn't mean that on your way to the greatness, all right, that on your way to the goals that you have or the season you want to be in, that there won't be a bad investment or there won't be some hurdle or some challenge. How would you know a good investment if you didn't have a bad one, right? That kind of thing. I'm not saying you just go around making mistakes and just go around all, what did I say, willy nilly, okay, doing whatever. But I'm saying, like, sometimes it's going to take some things to get you to where you want to be. And I can speak to some of these challenges and obstacles because I've been there, because I get it. And that's point number 4. They want someone who's been there. They're investing the 10K, the 5K, the 20K, the 50K, whatever you decide to charge for your program, because they want a mentor who's already walked the path that they're on, who's already seen the mistakes, who's already seen the obstacles, who's already seen the challenges, some of which they may have already experienced. And they are like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do any more challenges, obstacles, mistakes. Now, what I tell my clients and students as they come in, and I'm going to tell you this too, as you're building out your program and attracting these high level clients, your high level clients understand that it's going to take some stuff. Okay. Like, they get it. You don't have to explain to them that it's going to take some time, whatever amount of time. If it's 6 weeks, okay, 8 weeks, if it's 60 days, if it's 6 months, if it's a year, you don't have to explain to them. Pro tip for your courses: please don't make your course a year. You want to build out programs, okay? There's a difference. Again, we go deeper inside a strategy session. So check out the methodology first at jumpfirstacademy.org, and then jump into a strategy session. I'll show you exactly what you need to do to build that out. Programs and courses are 2 different things. Courses should never go for a year, Okay. You want to no longer than like 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. That's it. Pro tip. And so that's it. Okay. So your people understand it's going to take maybe some time. They understand what an investment is versus a purchase. Okay. They understand, like, okay, I'm buying this thing or I'm investing in this thing. All right. It's going to take time, money, and a lot of times upfront energy. Even if the path is already available to you, the blueprint is there, yes, but you still have to take the time to implement it. You still have to invest in it financially. Okay. Still have to invest in it, meaning be committed to it. All right. The discipline is required to be there, but your high level clients already understand that. They're already high performers, high achievers. They get it. You don't have to explain that part to them. So it is all in how you position your authority and expertise to attract the high level clients that you want to come in. Pardon me. But they're looking for somebody who's already been where they are. They understand, they want to navigate around certain mistakes and challenges and obstacles so that all of the mistakes or obstacles or challenges that they might face are not necessary. And maybe a half of one there, right? Maybe they'll have a different challenge, but they know that they have someone in their corner who has navigated this previously and can help them go around it, over it, through it, whatever it takes to get to the result. That's what your high level clients are looking for. So let's recap this real quick. What do they want? Okay. Either you're going to give it to them or somebody else is. I'm just saying. So these are the 4 points. They want precision, not information. Okay. What is the precise roadmap? I don't need another course. All right. I don't need you to tell me a whole bunch of things. Like, I know enough. Just tell me what to do and let me get it done. That's it. Precision, not information. Number 2, accountability, not hand holding. There's a difference. Nobody wants to be in the kiddie pool, not especially not your high level clients. They do not want to be in a kiddie pool. Okay. So they want accountability. Hold me to my standards, call me out when I'm not hitting them or I'm not doing the thing I said I was going to be doing. Okay. Number 3, strategy, not theory. Please, not all this talk. What works? Take me straight there. This is my goal, this is my season, and you as the expert and as the mentor should be able to detail that, right? Like, even when they aren't able to articulate, your high level clients may not always be able to articulate their goals or their standards or their season of business. I'm not saying that they don't know it. We inherently know it, right? Subconsciously, but sometimes we can't always find the words to articulate. So it's your job as the expert, as the mentor, to do that and help them with that. Okay. And show them what works for them. Again, strategy, not theory. Number 4, someone who's already been there. That's what they want. They want to know that you've been there, you experienced it, and you're going to help guide them through it, around it, over it, whatever it takes. Okay. In order for them to achieve what it is that they desire, what they want. This is so important, especially when you're asking somebody to invest a premium amount, okay, with you. They're paying for it. They're paying the 10K, the 5K, the 15, 20, 50K, whatever it is that you're charging. They're paying for this. That's what they're paying for, those 4 things. Not information, not theory. Please, let's, like, again, when you come into the arena, what I want you to do, not forget everything you know, but some of the traditional concepts or mainstream, especially mainstream concepts that are out there, I need you to, like, push that to the back for a second. When you come in the arena, this stuff is so contrary to what is being taught, but it makes sense when you think about it, right? There's depth to it. And so that's the important piece. Now, if you're looking, like, ready to work with clients who are at the level that I described, or you are somebody who is, like, at the level I described and you're like, I need a mentor, I need you to book a strategy session. Okay. Let's go deeper. Let me help you implement and execute. Jumpfirstacademy.org/apply. Kat already dropped it inside of the link is inside of the comments. If you're looking for my methodology, it's available to you too. Okay. So you can catch it for free at jumpfirstacademy.org. Just saying, it's out there. But when you're ready to go deeper and you know you want a mentor and you want somebody to help you execute and implement so you can attract clients at this level, or you are, okay, looking for a mentor, you are a mentee at this level and you're like, you know what, let me get this done. Jumpfirstacademy.org/apply. All right. I love y'all so much. I hope this is super helpful. Come back, okay, in the arena with me on Thursday. We're going to be talking about what high level mentees are looking for in their high level clients. That's a conversation you do not want to miss. That is a conversation that is not being had, okay? I can't wait to see you back in the arena on Thursday, same time, same place. I love you so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, and bell notification so you know when new episodes like this drop. Again, we're in the arena live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. But there's always something dropping every single day on Jump First Academy. Please know that being in the arena sometimes is uncomfortable. It's not always comfortable. All right. It requires you to be visible. It requires you to take action and to build. But know that that is the way forward. That is the path forward. And please give yourself a big round of applause. Okay. Pat on the back, all the things for just showing up. All right. Now take some action. I love you so much, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. Bye.